Hello, Channel Islands OLLI friends. I'm John Kendall Bailey, and I'm so happy to be with you after about a year hiatus since my last course, which was Russian Composers Part 1. If you missed that course, it's not required in order to take Part 2. So let me tell you and show you what's in store this time around as we look at three of the most popular Russian composers of the early 20th century.
We'll start with the gorgeous and popular music of Sergei Rachmaninoff, including his famous Second Piano Concerto, written as part of his recovery from a 2-year period of depression. And we'll of course talk about the Rock 3, his third piano concerto, which served as his calling card on his first tour of the United States. Though most of his music involves his own instrument, the piano, we'll also explore his wonderful orchestral music, including the Second Symphony. And of course, we can't forget the famous Rhapsody on a Theme by Paganini, featuring one of the most famous romantic melodies of all time. Then we move on to Sergei Prokofiev, whose first of 7 symphonies was written in the neoclassical style, as if Haydn or Mozart had lived in the 20th century. Of his 5 piano concertos, we'll certainly talk about the tremendously challenging and virtuosic third piano concerto, with some near impossible demands of the soloist's technical abilities. And we'll look at the 3 film scores he wrote, including this music from Lieutenant Kijé, along with Alexander Nevsky and Ivan the Terrible. We'll also survey his many ballets, including his wonderful Romeo and Juliet. And we can't leave out Peter and the Wolf, the wonderful story written for children with musical accompaniment that also introduces the instruments of the orchestra as they represent the various characters in the story, like the main character, Peter, here represented by the strings. And finally, Igor Stravinsky, best known for his 3 early ballet scores, starting with The Firebird, and followed up by Petrushka. We'll especially look at how Stravinsky frequently used Russian folk melodies in this period of his music, like this one used in Petrushka. And of course, we'll examine The Rite of Spring, one of the single most important and influential pieces of music ever written. It caused one of the most famous riots in classical music, and we'll even get to watch a recreation of that famous performance. And we'll look at Stravinsky's middle neoclassical period, as well as his later works.
So I hope you'll join me on this journey into the worlds of these incredible composers, learning about their lives, being introduced to their music, or reintroduced if you're already familiar with much of it, with a lot of video examples and even some analysis of the music, which gives you a deeper understanding, appreciation, and respect for these wonderful composers. See you soon for more.